All right, who do we have here today?
My name is Mart. I got first place at Fargo Regionals over the weekend.
And what did you play?
I played Yummy Mitsurugi.
Nice. Any shout outs?
Yeah, so I just want to shout out Aldrin, as always, behind the camera, as well as for him going with us to the trip, and Jeremiah, Sinjin, Mark, Verinder, Bran. Yeah, it was a lot of fun over the weekend staying with those guys. I also want to shout out some guys from Ottawa because I did a lot of testing with them too, especially Ian, Pan, and Ali. Yeah, shout out to Ali for telling me to cut Kusanagi, but I didn't. Yeah, that's all.
All right, let's get into the profile.
Okay, so for the so I played Yummy Mitsurugi. For the Yummy portion, I played 3 Cupsy, 3 Marshmallow, and then 1 Lolly, 1 Cookie, 1 Minion, and 1 Quick Play. I think so far for like the Yummy Mitsurugi version of the deck, this has been like pretty standard, aside from like maybe the second name. But yeah, you kind of just want to treat these cards as like additional Mitsurugi consistency, because the cards that actually win you the game are the Mitsurugi cards. But this can also like win you the game, but because these cards are also like really broken. But you want to treat them as like consistency pieces and like cards to bait out, bait out like certain hand traps.
All right.
Okay. And then for the broken part of the engine, triple Hawakiri. I played 1 Murukumo, 1 Futsu, 1 Saji, and 1 Kusanagi. If you notice, like this is all the monsters I played for the Mitsurugis. I didn't play Aramasa just because tributing it from deck like didn't really come up as often in testing, and like whenever I would draw it, I would just like normal summon it as a starter, and at that point I'd just rather have either like another yummy name or like another piece of non-engine. And you can still establish like 3 level 8s without the use of tributing Aramasa. Just because I also play like Mitsurugi Mirror and stuff. And I just played the 1 ritual spell, the 3 prayer, the 3 pre-prep, 1 mirror, and then I played the 1 trap card in the main. So I think there's like 2 reasons that I played trap card in the main. One reason is so you have like a lowered floor. So when you get like Fuwalos and stuff, you need to be able to like give your opponent the least amount of draws as possible while still ending on the most interruptions as you can. And playing the trap card in the main really allows you to do that with the Mitsurugi part of your end board. And also another reason why I'm playing the trap card is because I'm not playing the Samsara cat whatever. So whenever I do have to link off the Herald off the field, I need to trade the Omni Negate that the Herald provides with another one. And I think actually this one's a better Omni Negate because it's set in the back row, so it's harder to interact with. You can't force it out as easily with like a Battle Phase or like a Dark Ruler or like something stupid like Pankratops. Or well, you can with Pankratops, but like it's harder to force out. And also this is like really good as like follow up too. So, and the cards I do want to be resolving are like the Mitsurugi cards. And I guess like one important thing about Kusanagi is that I don't think you can cut this card. Like it helps you play through like Dominus Impulse especially, and like sometimes Ash on your Saji when you open like Prayer with Habakiri. So yeah, I think all these cards are important. Yeah, I didn't really miss the Aramasa ever, even in testing. So, and then the rest of the deck is just like non-engine. So I chose to play like all my non-engine as hand traps. So I played 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Bell, 2 Nib, and triple Impermanence. I just thought it was going into this event. I just thought it was like pretty troll if you had anything else in your non-engine slot that wasn't a hand trap, just because the existence of like Mjolnir and like Protos Lock and like Ouroboros and like even to an extent the Yummy Mitsurugi deck. Like this deck, when you open breakers against it, it doesn't work because the board you make is literally FTK. You cannot play through it. You have to like really mess up. And so I decided to just play like all hand traps in the main deck. To just try and stop my opponent as much as possible. And Joel was like a really good meta call for the event because I played a lot of like Yummy Mitsurugi and like pure Mitsurugi. And Nib was also like really good just because I played a lot of Yummy again. And like opening Nib also when you go first, when you get like Charm Eat or something, when they put like a lot of pressure on you and like start hand trapping you, this allows you to survive and like just kill him on the crackback. So yeah, I think the non-engine slots as of now like doesn't change for me.
Did in your last match, what happened with Nib? I saw it.
Oh yeah, so like, so there was like a lot of instances where my opponent would like really try and like floodgate me out of the game. Like I think in my last match, my opponent de-barriered me and black goated me twice, and I was still able to survive just because I had Nibiru and just able to guarantee my follow-up because I had like a Habakiri on rotation, and then my next play was just to make Zombie Vampire, and then because he was also playing Yummy, so that would have just like sealed the game because I can just mill any Yummy name and that was it. But yeah, and there's like a couple matches too where like I think like my round 5 opponent, he like put me under Fualos, so I had to play under the Fualos, and then he DD crowed my Murakumo away. So all I ended on was trap card and Nibiru. So I had Futsu, trap card, Nibiru, Habakiri, and I still ended up winning the game even though he had like full gas. Just because I don't even think a lot of people are aware that this is in the main deck right now. A lot of people are not respecting it, and also just allows you to. It's just like an amazing hand trap to catch people off guard, and it worked out a lot for me because again I played a lot of Yummy, which I was expecting. So
Nice.
yeah. I guess the extra deck. 3 Snatchy, that's pretty standard, and then the 3 Synchros. And then I played Metal Marcher, and I played Starham. So I know a lot of people are cutting the 2 bridges for the Sorrow Cat, which is fair. But I think that Starham's like really important because I wanted to emphasize on playing cards that get me out of like tougher game states. Like for example, when you open like a Yummy name and you go like Cup C effect to add, like a lot of the times people would ash the Cup C, right? And then you would have to like tag out Reborn in order to continue playing. And then now you only have one level 1 in rotation, and if you don't play Starham, you can never get to Herald, which means you can never get to your Habakiri. And that came up like twice for me because my opponent would just like completely like hand trap me, and then they were not expecting the Starham, and I'd just make Herald still and then just win the game. Also another instance when the Starham came up was my opponent denied me from getting into Minion. So in the deck, there's 2 ways to get into Minion. It's the Cup C level 1 and the Snatchy. And he imprinted me and dropleted me on both of them. And then he wasn't expecting me to play Starham, so I just reborn Marshmallow with it. And then played the Minion, and then it was game. So yeah, there's a lot of times where this card would come up, but it never comes up in like your turn 1 combo unless you get nibbed. But yeah, I think this card is like completely mandatory still. And then I just played the 1 Herald. And then I played the Gravity Controller for the Link ones, Almirage, Link Spider for Nibiru. I played SP, And then the Onari. This card could be like anything else, to be honest. Like, it didn't really come up for me that much. It was nice to set like a prayers from it after I used it. But other than that, this can probably be like maybe like an IP or like Dynamondo or something else. But yeah, but it was fine still. Like, and then I just played the Zombie Vampire. And then I guess the side deck. Triple Retaliating for like Luna Lights, Draco Tail, stuff like that. And then this is kind of weird. So like last minute, me and Jeremiah, we decided to play Ghost Ogre, just because we were like completely terrified of Mjolnir. And so a strategy that we took to answer like the Mjolnir lock was to just overwhelm our opponent with hand traps. And then one of the only cards that actually forces out Ripper is Ogre, because sometimes in testing too, like I try and force like the Ripper negate with Ash Blossom, and they still would just let it go. Whereas Ogre, if you do Ogre the Ripper, it truly forces it, because it's either they negate it or it's destroyed it. And yeah, although I didn't put it in much during the tournament, because I didn't really play any Canine, it was all Yummy Mitsurugi. Like in theory, I think it was still fine. Then I played the Psy-Frame package. This whole package is broken. Like even when your opponent screws blindly, I'll still side this in, just because Delta is like actually crazy right now. And then I played Talent Called by Judgment for going first, and a Croaky for going first. This never really came up for me, but it was nice to have, just because if your opponent flawlesses you, like your Yummy half boards become better, and you have like back row interaction against certain matchups too. And yeah, that's it.
All right, congrats on your win, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thanks.